It's Thursday, it's 8 o'clock, and it's the Big Detecting Show. Good evening, you lovely lot.
Hello. Good evening, everyone. Hello, dear. You're back.
I'm all right. How are you?
Better. I'm fine.
A lot better.
You're better?
I'm probably about 90% now. Just building the energy levels. Chest feels a bit tight, which it said it's going to, but building the energy levels, nearly there, and I'm all right.
Good. Just release that bra strap a little bit, because that probably isn't helping with your pneumonia and your
Corset, mate.
Cough.
Man corset.
Went out with friends on Sunday. Both got COVID, but touch wood.
Joey and Phoebe and all that.
Deacon. No, just friends. My brother's birthday, so we went out. I haven't spoken to you
like
all week.
Like that.
Yeah, like that. I haven't spoken to you all week, have I? Or have I?
Well, we've texted probably daily, to be honest.
Yes, we have. Because this week it was meant to be Monday, but I forgot. Tuesday, we've started the Big Detecting Show free Christmas prize draw giveaway on the Big
Detecting Show.
It's so big that me and Dave have had problems writing the list of prizes to give away because so many people have kindly donated.
We've had Stefan, who makes the leather goods. We've had Graham Dempsey from Composite Cleaning Pencil. We have books from Greenlight Publishing. We have books from authors. We have Regdon's, Crawford's, and Spinner Disc, all donating stuff. Don't know what yet. What else is
metal
there?
detector. A metal detector.
Yeah. So TC detects a metal detector, and yourself has got a pinpointer.
Profine 40.
Absolutely loads.
Fine lad.
So if you do want to enter said prize draw next week, it's very, 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 very simple. All the prizes UK only. If you win the detector, which is the big prize, one of the big prizes at the moment, it's the only one we've agreed. If you win the metal detector, you have to be watching the show to claim said prize. Am I right, Adrian?
Yeah, so you have to be watching the show to win the metal detector.
You do indeed.
Far. This is the Big Detecting Show website. If you scroll up, dear, sorry, just so they know, that there's a load of idiots on there. Go bigdetectingshow.com, click a button, and that'll probably open in a new window.
No, same window.
And so it's the Rotus Versa, which is 700 odd quid, a really good multi-frequency machine from Rotus. I've got one, love it. And all you need to do is answer the question. Nothing. You just put, it's lovely Santa. Look, there's some of the prizes. It's a nice Santa there. And if you want to watch it on YouTube,
look, there's a badger
on Dave's head. Oh, we got a McGrath spade as well, digging tool.
Not
That's
a video.
Like 100 quid. If you click on there, it will take you to our YouTube channel. No, it won't. That's broken.
Okay.
It's a mug. No. Oh, fix that. But anyway, all you do is you put your name, email address, and phone number. Try and put your full name if you can, if you can go that far. And you just click submit entry, and you will go onto our database, which gets faxed over to us the night before the draw. And we just do a spin the wheel. But you have to be watching to claim the big detector. Well, it is a big detector, the Rotus Versa. And if it might be a bit tedious towards the end, because we might draw loads of names and they're not watching, and we'll just go on to the next one, and we might be on till 11 o'clock at night. But if you win a 700 quid metal detector, a good one, multi-frequency from Rotus.
TC's entered, but he promises to give the Versa back into the prize pool if he accidentally wins.
I deleted his entry straight away. He put a lot of rude text in there. Sorry, yes?
We have a voicemail or two, haven't we?
Yeah.
Pull up the voicemail, Mr. Gaylor.
Me?
You've got access to it. I haven't got it on my computer, have I?
I WhatsApped it. Hang on. Bear with. Do you want to mention how they do it?
If you want to leave a voicemail, we do have a guest tonight. Postponed 2 weeks ago because one of us had to inadvertently go to hospital. But he's kindly back tonight after another brief trip offshore last week. He's here tonight and be on with us momentarily. So if you do want to if you do want to leave a message, it's quite simple. Again, go to bigdetectiveshow.com. It's the stage. Go to bigdetectiveshow.com, scroll past the prize draw, keep going down, past these two blurts, until you get to this point. Leave a voicemail. I keep on looking at some random images. Leave a voicemail. It says start recording, and it asks who you are. You don't have to tell us who you are. If it's one of what we're trying to achieve with the what they called, Adrian?
Voicemail?
No, the other thing, the other word. Hold on.
Quinn?
Where's the thing?
I've got the recording. Shall I play one we got this week?
Yes.
From Donna. So this is from Donna this week. let me know you can hear it, Dave.
This is England calling.
Yes.
England calling. This is England calling. Badger. Oh, Badger, I'm glad it's you. I have a little something special for you. So, Merry Christmas to one and all. I hope you're sitting around the fire with a glass of mulled wine and a couple of woodbines, toasting your nuts. Now, here we go. And ding dong merrily on high, detector calls are
Very
swinging.
good voice.
Ding dong merrily the sky is filled with signals bleeping. Glorious legend knocks and dares.
Very,
In so
very good
here below, there lies a buried treasure. E-I-E-I-O, we search it at our leisure. Legend knocks and dares. Pray dutifully trod your legend knocks and dares. May treasure will be ours, and so the gods do praise us. Glorious legend knocks and dares. Merry Christmas, everybody. Mother, is that you? Mother, is that you?
Okay. Yes, thank you very much, Donna.
Donna, I want to spend time with you. I want to sit at the magic teapot with you because your messages are the best things ever.
Yes. And we don't know much about you, Donna. Possibly that you're a professional actor and singer, and detectorist, of course. But thank you very much for
I
that.
think she
And
has
also,
to do with archaeology as well.
yes, I think she does do archaeology a little bit. But thank you very much. And thank you for the emails. I try and reply to anyone who emails us on the show. I've forgotten what the email address is. Anyway, you
It's
can
on the
go.
website.
It's on the website. Yeah, go through the contact us page. But Donna's in the chat. Thank you. She loves us.
Loves you
that's
back.
very nice. No, yeah, big
Let's
time.
bring
Thank
our
you.
guest on because he's sat there and he's like, what the fudge have I just listened to?
It will never get to number one.
Maybe in the detecting charts. Hi, Nick.
Good evening,
Hi,
Nick.
how are
you?
Yeah, fine, thanks. How are you?
Yeah,
Marvellous.
brilliant.
Good to have you
Brilliant.
back on the show. It's been a while. Adrian hasn't had the opportunity to speak to you previously, so he's very excited tonight.
He's a lucky man then.
Well,
You've been a very busy boy, though, haven't you, Nick?
Slightly, yeah. It's taking all my time at the moment. I just can't have time for anything else but this bloody museum. It's mad at the moment.
Now, the last time, sorry, Adrian, I'll let you speak.
I was just about to say, how did the museum come about, Nick?
I used to live in Spain, came back to live in England, got involved with a museum in Portsmouth that went slightly awry. So the guys who were involved with it wanted to carry on doing a museum. So I said, well, I'll sort it out. Like an idiot. So there's four of us have come together with big collections and putting a museum together. So that's as easy as it. It's such an easy idea, but putting it into practice is totally different. That's hard work.
I was going to say the last time we actually spoke, Nick, you were still living in Spain. You were on the cusp of coming back over to the UK. So that must have been about 3 years ago.
I think it's 3 years. Yeah, 3 years.
So obviously a lot has happened. There's been a lot of finds your way. And I know we always speak regularly via text. You give me updates of other things that you're doing.
Yeah.
And I think Adrian's going to be quite jealous of some of the things that you get up to that we'll talk about throughout the show.
No need to be jealous. Come and join us.
Yeah. Adrian, do you want to go metal detecting in France?
I think that, I know a bit about what Nick gets up to, and on a good side, Nick. Not the other stuff that Dave keeps telling me, but
Oh, he's told you about that.
yeah, but just not talk about the public toilets.
Well,
So
I saw that. I did send you that picture of the helmet, didn't I?
yes,
Yes.
you did send me your helmet. Yeah.
Adrian is beating us for finals already.
He is beating us. Nick, when did you start getting interested in military stuff? Was it as a young boy or?
I was 8 years old. I'd been told by my dad to come out and help dig the potatoes, and I didn't want to do it. So I went out, started digging the potatoes, and up came a clip of 303 bullets. And it was
Wow.
that was it. He said, "Well, you can't keep them, they're live." So he went to the copper who lived next door. The copper called the army. The army came down, just took the heads apart, poured the gunpowder, poured the cordite out onto the ground, put a match to it, put the heads back in, gave them back to me, said, "Go on, you like those, Nipper," and that was it. Hooked.
Oh, what a
Simple
lovely
as that.
story!
Have you
So I
still
then
got
went
them as well?
Yeah. There you go.
Oh wow!
Brilliant. How many years ago was that then, Nick?
Oh God, I'm 63 now, so and I was 8, so a long time.
About 55 years ago.
5 years ago, yeah.
Cool,
And
blimey!
you still got them. That's brilliant.
Yeah.
Would that have been from national service or?
No.
Not national service. The
Second World War.
Yeah,
It-
no, ignore. Would
where
that
our
have been
gar-
the
where
dad's
our
army?
gar-
lot?
No, where our garden was a big camp for the soldiers for going over for D-Day.
Wow.
Oh,
So
wow.
So Dad goes off to work, and I start digging the garden up, just digging holes, looking for stuff. So he realised that he wouldn't get his garden was going to be wrecked. So next day he came back with a old Second World War mine detector that he went and got in a army surplus store, and they're heavy. So he strapped it to a pram, and I used to walk around the garden with this metal detector strapped to a pram because the battery pack, I couldn't lift the battery pack.
That's
Oh,
absolutely
wow.
brilliant.
And I found loads more gear like that.
With that
So-
detector.
Yeah.
Blimey.
So
Blimey.
otherwise
And-
his garden would look like the Somme otherwise.
It's weird, isn't it? Because me and my mate who I detect with now, we were neighbours growing up as kids. And
Yeah.
we have one thing in common. We love bonfires in the garden, but we also like
Yeah.
just digging holes looking for treasure. No detectors at the time. My dad got a C-scope in probably about 1977, 78, and I'd go out in the garden with that and try and work out how to use it. But we just literally, I don't know, it's a schoolboy thing, isn't it? Looking for treasure,
It is.
digging
Yeah.
stuff.
It is. But we've got some great artifacts. So that's the earliest. That was found by a farmer, 1947 at Battle in Hastings.
Oh wow!
It's one of
That's
only
big.
two. It's only one of two that have ever been found.
Wow! And the museum didn't want it, or
No, the guy gave it. The farmer gave it to one of the guys that's part of our museum, who's
Wow.
been collect. He's 80. How old's Brian? 84, I think he is, and he's been collecting since he was 7. And what he hasn't got, it's not worth having.
oh wow!
So
Can we see that
so,
again, Nick?
yeah.
Sorry, can we see that again? Can you imagine what that'd do to you?
The weight of it alone, that's heavy. And then
was
at
that-
the end,
Sorry,
it's huge.
sorry, go on.
It's got some down here. It's got some fracture marks. But apart from that, I think you could use it for chopping wood now.
And how did he find it? Was it a surface find or?
It's a farmer ploughing his field, and he just ploughing his field with his horse, 1947, and that came up out the soil. Yeah, there's only ever been one found at Hastings.
Wow.
We don't know if it's French or English.
I was just about to say that. Which is it?
Not sure. I like to think it's English, but
yeah.
Do some damage that would.
Yeah,
definitely.
But yeah, we've got loads of stuff. We have got a machine gun that was captured at Omaha. So you've seen Saving Private Ryan.
Yeah.
One of my favourite films. Yeah,
I've seen Saving Ryan. Seen Saving Ryan's Privates as well, but that's one that Adrian borrowed me.
Oh right, did he?
Yeah, you broke the tape.
I think I sent you a picture of it, Dave. The machine gun.
You did. If you bear with me, we'll get there. Talk amongst yourselves a minute, Adrian.
And was that donated, Nick?
That is one of that's my mate John. He's part of the museum. He's the chairman of this group, and he found it out in France. Yeah, but when you see it, it's not a dug item. Someone's had it in their barn or their loft.
Oh really?
Yeah. It's nice. It really is. Have you got it there, Dave?
No, I'm just looking at the one you sent me on Halloween, actually. Yeah, I've got it up now. I'm not telling you about the one you sent me at Halloween, Adrian.
It's a lot of pumpkins.
No.
There you go.
Yes. So that's an MG42. Hitler's buzzsaw. So that.
What about the rest of the artifacts there, Nick?
Okay, so the helmet, that's actually got the name of the soldier in it, and we've traced him. We've even got the photo of him, so we know all his details. We know what happened to him. The machine gun was used at Omaha, literally on the cliff, shooting down into the landing crafts. So it's done some damage. That bloody thing has. The hat is I think an artillery officer's hat, and then there's some other guns behind it. But that's just a little bit. We've got the pop-up museum, which we take to military fairs. I want to bring it along to Detectorville because I think it would go down well, because we've got so many dug items. We have got thousands.
Dave, we've seen your messages. Sorry, just wanted to lay in the bikini.
I was just trying to find these images. This is your the new premises, Nick.
Yeah, that's the slaughterhouse. It's hang on a sec. I've got to find out how old it is. It's Grade 2 listed, and it was built in 1854. So it used to be further on down into the port of Gosport, but it was near where the Royal Yacht used to moor up. And with all the smell and everything coming from the slaughterhouse, the royal family said we want it moving. So it was built up there. So yeah, we're hoping to take that on in the new year. The landlord at the moment has gone off on holiday, so everything's come to a halt. All the legal stuff. So, but we're hoping to take that on in the new year and fill it. We're going to build a First World War trench in there that you can walk around. Bombed out city buildings. It's going to be really interesting.
And you also got a shooting range, you were saying.
Yeah, we've got a firing range. So all the World War I and World War II guns, we've got the equivalent. We've got the real ones, but we've also got the equivalent in BB. So you can come and have a look at the real ones, then go to the firing range and play with the other ones, which are all the same weight, all metal, all wood. It's good fun. It is good fun.
Brilliant.
Sounds brilliant.
But and we got veterans. We've got lots of veterans working with us. So veterans that have got nothing to do coming down, getting involved, which is
It's lovely. Yeah.
So it's we are a fully registered charity now. So yeah, everything's going really well at the moment.
Is it
You'll
all
have
self-funded as well, Nick, or have you got any lottery grants, etc.?
No, it's all self-funded at the moment. We're looking for funding. We're putting in for funding, lottery and all that sort of thing. We're going to be, one of the things I want to say to you is we're going to be doing talks for metal detectorists about dangers that you might come across. Because, lots of people find these and don't know what to do with them.
Careful,
Metal
Nick,
detecting
careful.
magnet fishing.
And they, lots of people either take them home and try and defuse them, or they just dig a deeper hole and bury it again, which is again irresponsible. So we're going to be doing talks for metal detectorists. They'll be able to handle the original items. They'll be able to see what they look like in the ground, and just tell them a bit about what they are and how dangerous they are.
Do you know what? Sorry, that is such a valid and important point, because we're digging up stuff. We can, we get warned about syringes and glass, and some asbestos and all kinds of things. But when you dig a very large bullet that's live, I'm trying to 20. Is it?
20 mil.
20 mil, right? Yeah, which I've heard a story how someone had one on their fireplace. I think it was Julian Evan Hart told me, actually. Someone found one detecting a live one, came home, put it on the fireplace on top, and then he lit the open fire, and the heat or whatever, they could go off at any time.
Oh, yeah.
It went through the lounge ceiling, through the floor in the bedroom, through the floor ceiling, and out through the tiled roof.
Yeah, it will do.
And if that went off in your pocket, but there's no one, we're all, whether you're a member of AMDS, NCMD, FID, or whatever, they all warn us, but no one really gives talks on it, as far as I'm aware. So I think that is such a good idea.
We're looking for sponsorship for it, so we're going to be contacting, metal detecting companies, and all different people for sponsorship for it, because we want to take it around to the big the Detectorville and places like that, and give 45-minute talk about all the different stuff that you will find, like that. So 303, okay, not particularly dangerous, but a lot of people take the heads off. Now, there are ones out there that have got a screw. When you take the head off, it's got a screw in it. It's an explosive bullet. You try undoing that screw, you're going to blow your hand off.
Oh, yeah.
So people don't know these things. So the other one is, you find what you think is a talcum powder tin.
Let me just put that on big screen, Nick.
There you go. That way. So it looks like an old talcum powder tin. It's actually a mine. It's a mine. Yeah. It's a number 75 Hawkins mine. That will kill you.
Wow.
That has a couple of pounds of dynamite in it.
Flipping heck. Crikey.
So we've got all the stuff that you would find in Britain. So all the American stuff, all the British stuff. We've got all of that, and we can show people pictures of stuff that's been dug up, and then they can handle the real thing to see what it's like and learn what it can do.
Obviously, it is interesting about people digging it up, but how often on organised digs, for instance, that are in the public eye, Detectable, Rodney Cook, Just Detect, all these other things that are going on, the amount that people that are finding live things, and obviously the army coming along, exploding them, and more so in the sense of magnet fishing. There's a place I know in Ellesmere Port, which is near to the army encampment in Chester.
Yeah,
the amount of stuff that's been pulled out of the canal there is unbelievable.
I know. And the magnet fishers are like metal detecting used to be 40 years ago. You know, it's brand new. And all these people that are coming into magnet fishing don't know what they're doing. They don't know what they're pulling out. You know, it is dangerous stuff. You know, we've got that.
Wow.
Okay, so that was dug up in France.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this will be going on display. It's going to go into a cabinet so that it looks like it's still in the ground. Okay.
Oh, lovely.
Okay. And then that is what it was.
303.
Yeah.
Wow.
That was a 303.
Do you know Andy
My
Kerridge has wrote in the chat not long ago, have you got the Enfield 303, my old rifle? Well, there it is.
Yeah, there it is. So, yeah. So, there you go.
Nick's just shot someone.
Yeah, just killed my wife.
It's interesting. It's one of my favourite rifles, the 303, only because I grew up, like most of us, watching war films and seeing them, and they were one of the most accurate rifles, weren't they? For long
they
distance.
still use them in India. The Indian police still use them.
Yeah, and I think I'm right that after the Second World War, the British sold them to the Egyptian army, who converted them into 177 air bullets or pellets as a training rifle because of the weight and for drill. Beautiful. Is that an original one deactivated?
That's an original one. Yes, I'm not saying anything else.
Oh, right. Nick, go on, put that round in it and just fire it in the garden.
Donna Martin said she had an explosive expert in her audience at one talk. Fascinating. So that means Donna Martin gives talks, which means Donna Martin isn't afraid of speaking publicly, which means Donna Martin can come on the Big Detective Show as a guest, Adrian.
As she could and sing a song. Yes. Talk to us about
I'll go to France that week.
So Nick,
anyway,
the stuff in your museum. Yes.
Adrian,
get onto that.
Cheers.
Well, Nick kindly sent us a bottle of Calvados. I've just taken the seal off, and I'm gonna. Nick, do you want to explain what this is?
It's so they make cider, and then they distill the cider. And for every pint of cider, you get a thimble full of Calvados.
It's quite a lot in there.
This is 15 years old.
And sticking
where's
to the glass.
Where's this from, Nick?
Normandy. It's from a tiny little village just outside of the village of Camembert, where they make the cheese.
Camembert. Camembert.
Cheers.
Cheers. Well, yeah, hi, you. Oh, they're too fucking new. That's
very nice, Nick. It's very, very nice. Thank you.
You can taste the cider in it.
Yeah. It's lovely. If you get some of the French cider and drop a bit into the French cider, it's gorgeous.
Never drunk anything like that in my life.
I have. It was when I was a tramp on the streets drinking maths.
No, it tastes.
It's got a lovely after. You can taste the cider thereafter.
Yeah,
I'll tell you what.
It'll clear my chest anyway.
Yeah, Fodder field like that. Bit of an advert there. Calvados. It's
the when the troops landed in Normandy at D-Day,
Get a hole.
they actually ran motorbikes on the 10-year-old stuff. The 10-year-old stuff is evil. It really is. You think that's strong. The 10-year-old stuff is like petrol. It really
Sorry,
is.
we're
It's
drinking
horrible.
15-year-old, aren't we?
Yeah.
That's diesel.
It goes. Yeah.
I might get Mason on it. Mason, do you want?
So yeah.
No, we've already had enough guns on here and knives tonight. Young children drinking alcohol.
Andy
Okay,
Kerridge said his second rifle was the SLR.
Yeah.
My action man had that.
Donna Martin says, Nick, do you know anything about Enfield 300 bullets?
Yes. We've got thousands of the bloody things.
Will Way says his favourite rifle is the SLR L1A1.
So we've got some of the Calvados. We've got 2 bottles to give away. Okay. Now, first one to name what that's out of.
Is that got a wooden end?
No, that's lead.
Okay.
What gun it's out of?
So that's the first I see in my feed.
What gun it's out of.
So when they start coming through,
and I'll give you a clue. I'll give you a clue. They used them against them.
Oh, I know. I've found a bullet. Oh my God! I found one of those. I've got a story about that.
This is from Rorke's Drift. This was actually dug up at Rorke's Drift.
Wow. A Bren gun?
I can't. Nope. We can't. Oh, someone said it.
No, they haven't. I've only got one up to now.
Martini Henry.
Yeah, Martini Henry. Okay.
Oh, Martini Henry. Oh, right. Yeah. So, sorry, I thought he was saying that about the drink we were on.
Oh, my gosh.
So that's the Mercian metal detector. So if you can contact...
If you can send me... If he sends you his address...
Yeah.
Yeah, and you forward it on to me, I'll send it off to him.
Certainly. Mercian Metal Detecting. Can you go on to the bigdetectingshow.com, find the contact us, and send an email with your details of how to get that to you. And Nick will kindly send that on. Thank you very much, Nick.
And then we got another bottle to go. Okay. So what's that?
Oh, I know. It's the end of something. It goes on something wooden at the end. And it rhymes with...
You've had your bottle.
Yeah. Bigdetectingshow.com, contact us page for Mercian Metal Detecting.
Oh, a rear sight?
It's quite... Anyone who's in the Army cadets, air cadets or sea cadets would know that.
Escutcheon.
Will's got it.
Stock end.
Who's got it?
Stock end. He said stock end.
Rifle butt.
Donna Martin, rifle butt. I'd say butt, yeah.
Yeah.
Well done, Donna.
Donna, can you contact Adrian and he will get that over to Nick?
Is that the sinkist?
Yes, she'll sing us the song.
So drink that and sing another one. When you've drank that, you have to send us another voicemail.
Nick, I was worried about drinking this tonight, and I can honestly say it is a very nice evening tipple.
It's not bad. Is it?
No, it is. I don't know how much it is. Can you buy a big bottle of it?
Yeah, 70 quid.
Drink it slowly.
It's all right. 70 quid for a big bottle. Is it quite a exquisite drink to look at my glass? I look a right mincer, don't I, having it in that? Dave's drinking his out of a sort of... Oh, Nick, show us your glass.
I'm northern.
Nick, show us your glass. Look, he's got a bullet in his glass.
That's brilliant. Let's put that on the big screen, Nick. So, Nick, after you were detecting with the pushchair with the minesweeper on, how long again thereafter was it until you became a detective?
Was there a baby? Was there a baby in the pushchair?
No, there wasn't. There was my younger brother. It was great, and a bit like the guy on Oak Island.
Gary
I never
Drake,
dug a hut. Sorry,
Gary Drake.
yeah,
Drayton?
I never. Gary Drayton, yeah, I never dug a hole. Younger brother did it. It was great. Right, so I'll just the detector I had after that was a C scope. No, sorry, a coin master. Then I got a C scope. But yeah, I've gone through
70s.
Yeah. No. Yeah, 70s. 74.
That's a good
So,
year. That's the year I was born.
I was walking.
Yeah.
So sorry, Nick, we're not making you feel old.
I was being
No,
born. You were walking.
don't
Nick
worry.
was drinking.
So Nick, you started detecting in the garden, and in those days
Yeah.
you probably went over the local park and field like people did years ago.
Yeah,
and,
all the farmers around us were quite happy for you to go in their fields because no one was doing it. You know, metal detecting was like, what? You do what? Now everyone does it. It's so many people. I was actually going down into Gosport the other week, and there's a big old fort just as you go into Gosport, and this fort's got a moat round it, and this guy's detecting just on the edge of the moat in the middle of the day. It's a listed building.
I do. I think
right on the main road.
I do struggle because in the 70s, 80s, and 90s, to some point, there was no internet, no social media, so you could have pleaded as being a complete idiot. But whether you buy a new TV now, a new car, bloody oven, or even a shampoo, you Google it, you research it, fishing,
You've got no excuse.
You've got no excuse now, but it does put us in bad light in the hobby, doesn't it?
Does.
Idiots.
It really does. It really does. But metal detecting for war relics, my Facebook page, we got over 5,000 people on there, and there was one guy came on there and he said, "Oh, could you tell me what this shell is I've got?" And I looked at it, and he sent, this was all through a private message, so I looked at it and I thought, it's a gas shell. And so I wrote back, said, it's First World War gas shell and it's live.
Did he answer back?
He said, I've got 5 of them sitting on my mantelpiece.
Oh. Where
And
the hell got?
He went over to the Somme, picked them up like you do. That's a surface find on the Somme.
Wow.
Just laying there. So the police were involved and came and knocked on his door early in the morning with the army in full kit, and because it's a chemical weapon. It's now classed as a weapon of mass destruction.
So how did you get from wheeling a pram round in your garden with a metal detector to going out to France and detecting all these World War II sites?
Christ, well, I've been doing it so long. Right from the beginning, the army came along. Every time I found something live, my old man, I did take it home to start with. And the old man said, "Stop bringing that crap indoors, You're going to kill someone." So we then started phoning the police and saying, "We found this." And the army would come down. And in the end, the army went, "Oh, not Nick again, is it?" And in the end, they said, "Well, look, that's our telephone number. We know you only do it at the weekend. So ring through on that number, bypass the police. we'll ring the police when you ring us. Tell us what you found, because you know what you're digging, and then we'll tell the police, and then we'll come down. And it just went like from there, and it just went crazy from then. I've been all over doing it, everywhere. But France, we're doing. Have you heard of the Falaise Gap?
Fellatio?
No.
Donna said she'll let you know what that's like.
Yeah. You've had too much, haven't you?
I'll tell you what, that is strong. Sorry, no, I haven't heard of
the Falaise Gap. When they invaded Normandy, the Falaise Gap is where they captured all the Germans, hundreds of thousands of Germans. So it's a huge area, and they had a pocket of where the Germans were all surrounded, and the Germans were funneling through this tiny little gap that was only about 100 yards wide to get out and escape from the Allies. And the stuff that is out there is just incredible. You just walk along and just brush your feet over the surface, and rounds come up. We found
that could be quite a blow, couldn't it?
It could. We found.
Nick, have you got legs?
Adrian,
Nick, have you got legs?
Adrian,
no,
blow.
Haven't you?
No, got no legs. I've got a wheelchair.
Oh, bloody! Not because of what you do.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, I'm in a wheelchair.
No, but not because you went off.
Oh, that was so good to watch, Adrian. You finally had a comeback.
That was on a level of me saying twice in my life, I've said to someone at work, "Are you going to a funeral today?" Because they're all in black, and they've gone, "Yep." And it's also on the part with, "When's it due?" And they said, "I'm not pregnant."
Not pregnant, I'm fat.
Well. yeah, I've had those as well. So that's now the third one, a disability problem joke. Well, it's not a joke, but anyway, going back to what we were saying.
Adrian, he has got legs.
He has got legs. I know he's got legs. Yes. Yeah. Hasn't got socks on. Only saw one. Nick,
and he's got his pants on.
Going back to how did you get out there? Was it word of mouth, or people you knew, or how
people
did you?
People that I've met over the years. So I've been doing this for a long time. So I've made lots of contacts, and I just know lots of people that can get me to places that I need to go. So not
what you know, who you know.
Yeah, exactly. But recently we found a German rifle, and it's still got the bayonet attached to it. Now it's in similar condition to this Lee Enfield, so it's in similar condition to that, but it's got the bayonet on it. Now, where it was found, there was no bayonet charges or bayonet attacks, so we think it was actually used as a grave marker.
Wow. Yeah, that's interesting. Just going back to you holding up that 303 there, there's a lot of wood that goes into it, isn't there? Just looking at this.
Yeah. So that's it's a huge amount of wood. So, and that's the butt plate.
And I think Pomsey said, is that catch at the bottom to put oil in, for oil in the rifle?
The catch at the what?
At the butt.
That bit there. That's where that's where the oil bottle was kept, and you clean and you pull through, which you drop down at this, which is a piece of string with the rag on. But we've got loads of stuff that have been dug up, and we're going to be displaying it, so it looks like it's still in the ground.
Wow, so, Dave, I think we spoke. We're going to have to book a few days off, and we could do a live show from there. I think. Yeah, I think it'd be really good. As long as there's none of that knocking about, I'll be absolutely fine.
There's tons of that.
Oh,
We
Nick,
buy it by the barrel now.
do you? Oh God, Nick, just quickly, someone in the chat, I can't remember who it was, said, "What is your? You found a lot of things, and we've only literally skimmed the surface. What is the one thing is your bucket list that you would love to find?
Oh God,
Liter of
hard.
Calvados. Liter of Calvados.
No, I can get that anytime. Yeah, I've got that in the Got that in the kitchen. That is hard. That is really hard. I don't know.
Would it be German?
Let me.
British?
No, it wouldn't be German. No, it wouldn't be German. I don't know. Let me think about that, and I'll come back to you on that. But
Yeah.
it's. There are so many things I want to find. But yeah, it's the things that get me though are the cat badges. Yeah, I love finding cat badges and buttons. So Dave, you've got the cover, haven't you, of the book that's coming out?
Oh, yes. We mustn't forget this.
That will be coming out early part of this year. 2024. It was going to come out this year, but things have been so busy. So if you put that
Dave's
up,
getting it up. I've got an interesting story about a cat badge.
So I'm doing 3 books. So it's buttons, badges, and bombs.
A book on bombs.
A book on live ordnance that's been found by metal detectorists.
Oh, you've got to have that. Oh my God, can you imagine that on the table when people come round? Oh, what's your husband do? Oh, he goes metal detecting. Oh, could he find these? Yeah, it's a very dangerous hobby.
I got some very funny looks on the ferry coming back from France because I'm sitting on the ferry with a laptop open, sitting at a table, typing out, and there's pictures of hand grenades.
Good job you weren't on the plane, Nick. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
So this is your front cover. Oh, what some lovely pictures.
That's a mock-up of the front cover, yeah. So it's going to be every button from the British Army, basically. So
going back.
Adrian got very excited when I sent him this because he recently found one.
And there are hundreds, thousands.
Yeah, I've got one actually that I found. But I got very confused about 6 years ago. I'll show my button in a minute, Dave. Sorry. About 6 years ago,
I want to see your button.
No, it's not my belly button. Not that picture I sent you.
Oh, right.
About 6-7 years ago, me and my mate, we got a permission near us, one of them, and we kept finding buttons. Buttons upon buttons upon buttons, all Second World War buttons, and they were all in one part of the field in an area probably 30-40 foot square. We couldn't work it out, and I spoke to Julian Evan Hart and I told him and I showed him, and he said, well, after the Second World War, a lot of people came home in their military uniforms. They didn't want to wear them, and they were probably covered in blood and ripped and stunk, so they used to burn them in the fields and plough them in to the field. Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah. And they also used there was companies that would buy the kit off of the MOD, just so all the old uniforms, and they would shred it and they would put it onto the fields that way. So it'd all be gone through a huge industrial shredder, buttons as well, and then just spread on the fields as fertilizer.
Hence why we find so many buttons potentially on fields.
Yeah.
I found this on.
It's called shoddy, I think it's
shoddy.
When they spread it over the fields, I think they call it shoddy.
Oh, shoddy. Well, I found this. Sorry, we've got the green screen, but no, you can't. Hang on, let's hide it. Oh, that's great, isn't it, Adrian? You idiot.
That looks Masonic at that point.
It does look. Let's turn the green screen off. Everyone will blue? None. Oh. So
Okay.
So I've done a bit of research on it, but I found that, and I got a little bit excited because on it had, what do I do here? Click that button. Yeah, on it had Queen's Bodyguard, and I thought, like bodyguard, as in Whitney Houston and all that. But it was actually the Scottish regiment.
Scottish
have
regiment.
got yeah, from 18, I think it's 60s, 1850s, 60s.
18.
Yeah, and I found that last weekend or weekend before.
If you send me a picture of it on on Messenger.
Facts. Oh,
facts. No, on Messenger. I'll tell you exactly the history of it.
Well, yeah. Well, or I could wait, Nick, until you bring your book out, because would that be in the book?
That will be in the book, but that's a badge. That book will be coming out later on. So Buttons is coming out first.
Is that not? Is that a badge?
That's a badge.
I thought it was a badge, but on the back it. So where would they have worn that? On their hat?
Yeah.
On their helmet?
No, not on their helmet. It wouldn't go on your helmet, would it?
No. So they'd wear that.
Too big.
They'd wear that on a hat.
They'd wear that on their forage cap. Yeah.
Oh. Anyway, I found that it's got a bit of gold gilt on it. I found that, and I said to Dave, but I like finding buttons because there are some lovely buttons, really nice buttons.
Great ones.
Yeah, and I found some very nice ones. And my mate, who I detect with about 5 years ago, found one, and he managed to trace it back to Joanna Lumley's family. It was
right.
What's it called? When you're rich and posh, what's it called? The buttons.
Yeah. Oh God, what are they called? Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
Families had their own buttons, didn't they?
Yeah.
And he found one of those.
I've got that one.
What's that? Is that
that's a can? No, that's the cycling corps.
Cycling?
That's a bicycle corps.
What, they went round on bikes?
Yeah.
What, in the First World War? Or?
First World War.
What, in action? Or?
Livery buttons?
Yeah, what? That's it.
What, on a bike?
Have you not seen them bikes that they fold up and they were dead light and they used to parachute into France?
That's Second World War. These are First World War.
Right.
So, but it's a cycling corps. So there was, you'll see in my book, it's set out so that if you find a button, let's face it, not many people know every regiment's button, do they? I didn't. I think I've got a good grasp of it now, but if you'd shown me something, I'd have haven't a clue. But so I've laid it out. So if you dig a button up and it's got a bird on it, you go to the bird section, look through it, and you'll find out what button you've got. Or if it's got a cannon on it, or an anchor on it, or a tiger, or an elephant. So it's set out in sections, so it's easy to find. So you're not ploughing through the whole book to try and find one button.
So that's interesting. I'm going to research that. So when's the book coming out, Nick, or books?
March, the first one. So the buttons will be March, and that will. I'll come on. I'll send you both a copy so you can review it.
Thank you.
And then I'll come on and we'll talk about it. The website will be up by then, so it's all going to the charity, and then
bless you.
Then we're doing the cat badge one is in progress at the moment, and the bomb one is everything. The bomb one is going to be all live ordnance. It's going to be things like buckles that offer webbing, lots of different bits and pieces that soldiers would have carried that you can still dig up, and you look at it and you go, what the hell's that? So that will be
How many-
coming out at the end of the year, hopefully.
How many pages will military buttons be? Or how many buttons are in the book?
Oh, there's thousands.
Really?
Oh yeah, there's so many. It's driven me mad. I've gone absolutely bloody nuts doing it. But
Do you know,
I
I found the button not long ago, didn't I, Adrian? And for the life of me, I can't identify it.
Yeah.
And both myself and Fee Cooley have tried adding it to an identify livery button site, and it keeps getting rejected. I've no idea why, but it's an absolutely stunning button. One of my favourite finds ever.
Get it, because
get us a picture of it.
I think it's the family one. Although the man's is he doing something rude?
Is it a livery?
Bear with me, and I'll pull it up.
It's a man sitting on a donkey, I think, with a woman next to him, but it's a bit phallic, or it could be the horsewhip. It's a very strange. I thought it was a coin when Dave. Here we go.
Oh yeah, that's a brilliant button. But yeah, it is phallic.
Yeah.
No, I have never seen it. It looks like a coin.
It's a button. It's definitely a button. Here's the back of it.
No, never seen one of them.
But it's a man with a big nose, and it looks like he's got a laurel wreath around his head. He's holding a stick which has got a parrot on a donkey, and making the woman walk alongside him, and he's got his arm around the woman.
I'm glad he's got his
that's
got his priorities right.
Is that a foot? Is that
that's the donkey's leg?
All right.
Yeah, I don't know. Never seen one like that before.
No,
there's a lot of people said that it's something to do. I can't remember.
Donna Martin, is it Bacchanal? Yeah,
Bacchanal. It's Don Quixote.
Don Quixote. Yeah.
Hold on, I'm going to Google that.
What, Don Quixote?
Brothel token.
Bacchanalian. You'll be surprised.
Dave's internet company are going to block him now from whatever that is. Donna Martin, yes.
Bacchanalian is characterised by giving to drunken revelry, a bacchanalian orgy. Okay.
Yeah.
Why would you get a button with that?
So now he's looking orgy up.
I'm just looking.
No, I've got Bacchanalian Don Quixote.
So you'd have to be very wealthy to have that button specifically made for you. I mean, that's like
either that or a pisshead.
That's like getting your car resprayed, isn't it? It's not a simple thing, is it? Getting your own bespoke. I'm trying to think.
Or getting a new van.
Yeah. And having to refit it with boards and stuff.
Doing all that work and then someone writes it off.
Exactly what I'm doing, you mean?
Yeah, that button. I think you should wear that, Dave, that button with pride.
Yeah, I do. I think you should have it sewn on your jacket.
Honestly, I wouldn't because I'd be scared to lose it because I love it.
Everyone's saying Don Quixote.
Don Quixote.
Quixote.
It's a Spanish epic novel by Miguel de Cavallados.
Yeah.
Do you know what? I just stabbed myself with my knife. Oh.
Why have you got a knife?
Well, I've got a little one. That's for opening letters and such like.
I'm glad I've got a gun.
I've got a big one for him. I've got a big one for in my van, but I've obviously not in my van.
I haven't got any weapons in front of me. I've got some World War I and II bayonets and a pig stick in the car.
That was found at Walks Drift. Okay, so that was actually used at Walks Drift. It was found by a metal detectorist who works for the BBC. They were making a documentary at Rorke's Drift, and he went out metal detecting of an evening when he shouldn't have been. And came up with that.
Sorry, he's a metal detectorist who works for the BBC. He's not paid to be a metal detectorist, is he?
No, he's not. No, he's cameraman.
Oh, I just realised what a good job.
And he found that. So yeah, and that was actually used at Rorke's Drift.
And that's yours.
That's ours. Yeah, that's in the museum. Yeah,
fantastic.
So yeah, along with the axe head and lots of bits and pieces. Like we've got so much. We've got Vickers machine guns that we used on the Somme. We've got like the German machine guns. We've got so many guns that were used and that are now deactivated. But we're going to be doing a YouTube channel just on guns. We got that many.
I was going to say you could do that on YouTube, but you can't do it on Facebook, can you? Because they don't like anything that talks about history or anything.
No.
So, Nick, just to remind us, whereabouts is this museum again, or will the museum be?
It's going to be down in Gosport, which is the other side of the water from Portsmouth. It's the nicer side, and Portsmouth is a bit of a we won't talk about Portsmouth, but
well, I think I went to Gosport 40 years ago. Is there a place there that you can go and have a look around submarines and that?
That's right, yeah, the submarine museum.
Yeah, it's been 40 years ago when my mum and dad, when we went to, it would have been actually at the same
HMS
time
Dolphin.
we went. No, I can't remember. We went on holiday to the New Forest camping, and I got kicked by a horse. I ended up in hospital.
I was very.
I love those ponies.
I don't. I've hated horses ever since.
What's the submarine they got down or did have down there? Was it HMS Dolphin? No, what was the submarine? 1940s submarine they had down there.
I haven't a clue.
Well, they had a dry dock submarine there from 1940s, and when I was a young lad, I was in the Sea Cadets because I was going to go in the Navy. But Mum didn't want me to go, long story. And we went down there for a day trip in an old Sherpa van, like 18 kids, boys, like the officers were driving, probably hungover from the night before. I was learning how to smoke at the age of 12. And we got down there and we went around this submarine, and one of the officers was ex-Royal Navy, and he served on that submarine in the Second World War. And we walked around it, and he said, I used to sleep there. And he pointed down at a corner, which was probably 4 foot by 3 foot. No, 4 foot by 2 foot. And that's where he slept. No mattress, no bed springs, nothing. Just a blanket and a pillow. And he slept there for like 3 months, and then he was off and then back on.
Yeah.
And I remember looking, thinking, no, he's making all that up. And it wasn't. It was true.
No.
And I look back now and think, how lucky am I to have been able to meet someone like that, someone to teach me things like that and take me round on a boat. I was like, whoa.
That's how I look at things. I met Bill Milling, became good friends with Bill Milling. I used to go down and drink whiskey with him every weekend. So for those who don't know, he's the piper, Pegasus Bridge piper. So at D-Day, I met Omar Bradley.
Who's Omar Bradley?
Omar Bradley was one of the biggest generals at D-Day, American general. So I'm over. This was for the 40th anniversary of D-Day. Was it 40th or 30th? Oh God, 1974 it was. So 30th, and so I was over there. I persuaded my dad to take me over there, and he said, "Well, if we're going to do it, we're going to do it right. We'll take a reef and lay at each beach." So 6 o'clock in the morning, 14-year-old boy standing on the beach. The old man's asleep in the Mini. No, I'm not getting it.
You drove over there in a Mini?
Yeah. So the old man said, "No, I'm not getting out. It's bloody cold. I'm going to stay here. You go and do it." So I'm standing there, walking down the beach, and this bloody great helicopter lands, a huge thing. And I'm just standing there watching this helicopter land on this beach. No one around, apart from me, the old man sleeping in a car, and this helicopter. And the doors open. These two bloody great Yanks ran over to me and said, "The general wants to speak to you." So I'm I'm bricking it. I'm thinking, what have I done wrong? And so
School age. You think you're going to get told off, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. So we went over to see the general, and I've been reading about him the night before, so I knew exactly who he was. And I just stand there with God open, and he said, "Where's your father? Where's your parents?" And I said, "My dad's asleep in the car." So he sent two soldiers to go and get my old man, and so I laid a reef at each beach with Omar Bradley when I was 14. He said, "I'm so impressed with what you're doing. Can we take you to each beach?" So we flew to each beach, laid a reef at each beach.
Wow.
And then flew to Paris for breakfast. Then he flew us back. It was brilliant. And on the same trip, I met Bill Milling at the age of 14, and it was like all my dreams came true. Yeah, it was just amazing.
Everything's been downhill since.
Yeah, basically. Kids.
Nick, when you went back to school, did they go, Nick, when you went back to school, your mate said, "Oh, where have you been?"
Yeah.
Did they go, "Yeah,
No,
right.
Yeah. Chinny chin.
Yeah, chinny chin. Yeah,
Green beer,
landing with an American
beer,
general.
Jimmy Hill.
Yeah.
And he took me for breakfast.
Yeah. I know. And no one believed me. So they had to come round and see my old man. And he said, yeah, that's what happened. And after that, I had two people say, "We want to come out doing things with you now. We're not interested in playing football.
Yeah.
You have such more fun."
Well, they asked, did you actually serve yourself, Nick?
No. I was going to sign up. We signed all the paperwork, and came out of a pub after having a bit of fun before we went to join and got knocked over. Put in hospital, so I never joined up.
Well, you're doing a good job unearthing all this history and sharing it with everyone.
Reminding people and talking about it and keeping it alive, which it deserves to be.
The history is fascinating. I love all military history, Roman, all that. I just find it fascinating. We want some Roman stuff to go in the museum, but at the moment we haven't found anything. So let's keep looking. But 1066 axe head is, I think that's not bad.
I think you're going to be inundated by schools, hopefully, wanting to come down.
Yeah. We're also going to go and do talks in schools. So, but the pop-up museum, I want to bring it to Detectiveville because I think it will go down a treat.
Absolutely.
Because, so we take it to, like I say, we take it to big military shows. The last military show we did was, what was it? Leon Solent, which is just along the road from where we live. Oh, Christ. Just the firing range alone. They were queuing.
Yeah.
It was mental. It was mental.
I mean, sadly, with what's gone on in the world and, it's like dogs, you hear horror stories about dogs now and how they attack people. It's the owners. And
it's the owners,
not the dogs. And it's the same as guns, the guns don't shoot themselves, it's the person behind them.
Well, you can kill as many people with a car.
Oh, easily, yeah, definitely. Don't start. Yeah, we don't want to promote that, but there has been people doing that. But when I was a kid growing up, you used to go to the fair, you used to shoot a rifle, and I can even remember shooting 2.2 bullets rifles at the fair. You know, can you imagine that now? Then in the late 70s, they started chaining them to the thing so you couldn't run off and shoot people. And then they started using pellets. And now, if you're lucky, you'll get one that fires quartz, which goes like that. But I'm just thinking, if you turned up at Detectable this year or Rodney Cook with a mini shooting range firing BBs and charged a detectorist £253 to have like 10 rounds, not only would you make a bit of money for your museum, but everyone would have a bit of fun. And you'd also give kids the opportunity to shoot a gun, which they probably won't in 10 years.
Look how well the axe throwing went this year.
Yeah.
It was inundated as well, wasn't it?
We actually got told that we weren't allowed to go to a local show because it was guns. You know, guns. It's not PC, but they had this axe throwing stand there, so you could go and pay your money, throw the axe, and they had these drunks turn up, and these drunks were getting the axes, getting hold of them, drawing them back like that, and they were just flying off behind them.
Well, actually, that happened.
Yes, sorry about that.
No, it did. Detectable. Was it you or my son? One slipped back. Tom. Yeah, it would be. Wouldn't it?
So easy to do. But,
yeah, of course it is. Yeah,
but we weren't allowed to go. We got qualified range marshals, so everyone is qualified that is part of that firing range. They're all qualified range marshals that work on there. So everything is done to the letter. Anyone messes around, off you go. You're not having your money back. Go on, off you go. So we've even had the army come down and they said, "Can we have a look what you're doing?" Because they were at the same show. So and they just stood there and they said, "Where did all your range marshals get qualified?" And John pipes up. He says, "In the Royal Marines."
Yeah,
and the army went, "Oh, okay." But yeah, everything is done properly. But yeah, I'd love to. If someone was to, if you can pass my details on to Detectiveville.
Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, talk to Mark and Karen. Yeah,
talk
to Mark and Karen. Pete. Sorry, Mr. Terrell. Yeah,
we've been the pop-up museum along, which is great. We can do a talk every day. We can do a talk, and we can have the farming ranger.
And you can go detecting, Nick.
Yeah, well, a bit of change, won't it? I don't do that much.
What machine have you got now, out of interest? That was in the chat.
Oh, at the moment, I'm just using a simplex because when you're looking for war relics, you don't need anything major. Why spend thousands out? Because you've got it on all metal settings. Because otherwise you'll miss the rifles. And stuff like that. So I'm just using a simple. I want the latest Nocta one.
The Legend.
Yeah.
Well, Nick, when you're actually on the Somme, for instance, I mean, the place with the most peculiar history I've been is probably Anne Frank's house. We got there very early, and we were one of the first in. And you could feel there was the air there. And they say about Auschwitz, it feels different. You can feel it. What's it like at the Somme and that?
The same. You can feel the atmosphere. You really can. I've been to Auschwitz. I've been to Bergen-Belsen. I've been to Sobibor. I've been to 5 different concentration camps, and I think everyone ought to go there because it changes you. It totally changes you. But the atmosphere on the battlefield, especially when there's no one around, where if you get there early in the morning, when the mist is just coming off the fields, it's spooky. It is really spooky. But I've been out in the middle of the forest, metal detecting, where the Germans came through the Ardennes.
Is this my favourite story, Nick?
Sorry?
Is this my favourite story?
And mine.
What? Where we heard the noises.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tell the story, Nick. I love this.
So I got a friend to come to the Ardennes Forest with me. So come metal detecting with me. Yeah, okay, great. So I said, I've found a place where we can go. I said, but it's a hell of a walk. We park the car and we're going to walk for hours before we get to where we're going to be metal detecting. So if you can imagine a triangle of roads, we were in the center, okay? And it was miles. We literally walked miles to get to where we were going. And we got there, it's just getting dark, set the tent up, cook up our Heinz beans with sausages and get the coffee going, get in the sleeping bags, go to sleep. And it was like early hours of the morning. He's going, nudge, nudge, nudge. And I'm awake and he's saying, can you hear that? And yes, I can hear it. And you could hear tracked vehicles, and that's all. And it was weird. It was my son laughs at me when I tell the story, but you could hear tracked vehicles, and that's where the Germans came through. And it was scary. It was weird. He'd never go metal detecting again. It put him off.
Really?
He would never go. Yeah, he didn't want anything to do with going metal detecting or anything to do with digging up the past. Scared him that much.
You went to? Did you go to a cafe or a pub later?
Yeah. So we walked all the way back to the car. Got in the car. First village we came to. There's a cafe. Let's go in. So go in, and we must have looked white because we were. And the old man sitting in the corner said, "Oh, you've heard the Germans." And so we honestly thought it was logging trucks. We thought the loggers were out, the forestry people were out, but no. Apparently it's a well-known thing. You go to this place. I never knew about it. You can go to this place and you can early in the mornings you can hear this noise. And you can't hear the road. You're in a valley. So the Ardennes Forest is just a series of valleys. Now, the roads were the other side of the valleys, literally up the hill and down the other side. So you can't hear the roads.
Weird. I'll tell you what, there's something, there's a few people commenting, Donna Martin in the chat, she recommends anyone goes on a battlefield tour if you get the chance. Emotional, incredible, life-changing. Jim,
we're going to be running our own. We're going to be running our own battlefield tours.
Do you know, I'm going to do that next year. I'm going to make it my mission to go over to France, eat for a couple of days, and go on a tour.
Come with us. Come with us.
Yeah, Dave. High five, Dave. We're going to do it. Big detecting show, battlefield tours.
Come with us because we're gonna do it next year. You'll stay. What we're going to do is we're going to stay at John's place. So you'll be staying in John's house in France.
Is that Big John? Is that Big John?
No, that's Little John.
Oh, that's right. I've heard about what Big John gets up to in the tent.
Didn't he make Marion?
Yeah, well, yeah, he made Marion. Yeah. No, sorry.
Come with us. It's going to be tiny, bespoke tours. So if you've got anyone that fought in the First World War or in the Second World War that was killed out there, we will find out all their history for you. We'll take you to their grave sites, take you to the battlefields they fought on. So it's going to be just small, very small tours. So not great big coach loads. It'll be 4 of us sitting in a car going around.
That's better though, isn't it? And oh my gosh, Nick,
we're doing it for. Okay, this is a bit bigger, but we're doing it for 40 Australians this next year. So 40 Australian farmers. So we're going to get them well and truly tiddled on the Calvados.
Tap them up for coming on their land metal detecting.
Yeah. So yeah, but we're doing the small ones for people. So yeah, come along.
I think that's amazing. And
I'll have to
Jim
message my
Panting,
wife in a minute, see if I can get permission. I'm
And
going
bring
anyway.
And bring a metal
We're
detector. Bring a metal detector with you because we got permissions out there. Because you're not
Wow.
allowed to. You're not allowed to metal detect out there, but we got permissions. So
Adrian, sit properly. Sit properly. Stop it. There you
I
go.
think Nick. Nick, you need to enter our competition on the big
I have
detecting
done.
show. Yeah, hopefully
I
you'll
have
win
done.
the Rutus Versa, which has been kindly donated by Rutus.
What's that like?
Really good. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
it's I field tested it for Treasure Hunting magazine, and
Yeah.
I've had the Auto 71, which is one of my favourite metal detectors. Runs
Yeah.
off batteries. Sorry, Dave, we're getting technical. Runs off batteries. Single well, it's actually 71 frequencies, but it's one of my favourite machines. Then they brought out the Atrex, which was their sort of early dip at multi-frequency, and it was a little bit heavy, and it weren't that different.
Yeah.
But the Versa is like how XP went from the traditional battery detectors to the Deus. It's like that. It's total game changer. It's really fast recovery speed. Really good value for money. And we're so lucky to be able to give one away on the show,
Yeah.
because whoever wins it, they will be. There it is. Yeah. So it's lightweight,
Yeah.
waterproof,
Yeah.
compact, rechargeable battery. I don't think it comes with wireless headphones. We've also got the McGrafter Spade, which is carbon fibre, and we've got
they're
books
brilliant.
and everything. They
Yeah.
are good, yeah. McGrafter,
Well-
British.
Well, what I'll do with my book is I'll send you both a copy so you can have a look, and then I'll come on again.
Oh, thank you.
And
More than
I'll send you a copy to put in the raffle for next Christmas as well.
Oh, thank you.
And hopefully by then we'll have the other ones out as well.
Yeah, and we'll have loads of videos. And me, you, and Dave in a tent drinking Galvados at 3 a.m, hearing German tanks running
No, it
around
won't be.
in our tent.
No, it won't be in a tent. We're civilized now.
Oh,
we have beds.
The back of a Cortina.
Yeah.
State. Yeah.
But
no.
Oh, imagine doing a live show from France, Adrian.
Yeah, we've got good Wi-Fi out there.
Oh, of course we have. Yeah, it's probably better than the English, isn't it? Definitely. Has anyone got? I know we're near the end of the show, Dave, but I just wondered if anyone had. We haven't asked anyone if they've got any questions for Nick.
Yeah, go for it.
John Clayton said, "Anyone watch the Pierce Brosnan film, The Last Rifleman? What a great film! Everyone should watch it."
Yeah,
I haven't watched that.
Excellent film. It's on a par with the oh God, what's his name? Michael Caine film, The Escapee.
Oh right, yeah.
What's it called? The Last Rifleman.
The Rifleman.
The Last Rifleman. They're both true stories. Michael Caine one and the Pierce Brosnan one. They're both true stories about how these two old age pensioners buggered off to France and didn't tell anyone.
Oh, I know the one. It's on Sky at the minute.
Superb.
Yeah, we'll watch that. that.
Donna Martin said, recommend anyone goes on a battlefield tour if you get the chance. Emotional and incredibly life-changing.
Yeah.
Jim Painting, definitely. That's his name, not Pantin. Jim Painting says, done loads of battlefield tours. The cemeteries are kept immaculately. No Boyd's fly over Auschwitz or at Kamchatsky. The Death Railway, very spiritual stuff.
Yeah.
Donna Martin.
My old man went missing there.
Road everywhere. Felt like we were right there. Wipers. How do you pronounce that? Yerps. Ypres. YPRES.
Eeps.
Eeps is a highlight, and Hill 62 was the best museum.
Yeah.
What was the name of your Facebook group again, please, Nick?
Metal Detecting for War Relics.
Oh.
That's the metal detecting one, and then we've also got oh God, just changed it. We changed it from conflict, didn't we? So it's the Military Heritage Museum.
Military Heritage Museum.
Yeah.
Jim
What's that?
Painting,
What's that?
we have a McGrafter to give away in next week's draw.
Yeah, Jim had a prototype, McGrafter. Yeah, he's got. I think Jim, you got the one with the blue handle. Like I've had a few, but yeah, the blue handle is still going strong.
I've got the original one.
Yes,
prototype.
Nick, how will the tours be advertised?
How will
the tours be advertised that you were talking about? The mini tours.
They'll be advertised on our website once it's up and running, or on the Facebook groups.
Okay.
Alan Markison RE says, Nick, when the museum's up, I'll bring some UXO, unexploded ordnance.
Yeah, we've got tons, thanks.
Downfort show, as agreed, all safe.
Yeah, brilliant.
When he says all safe, I think that was a down with the kids, safe.
Yeah. So,
well, listen, we're running well over our normal time. Nick, it's been an absolute pleasure to have you on the show.
No, it's been great. Come on.
Thank you for the Calvados. I'll have a little bit more.
That's all right. Here. That's all right. Pour it in the cup.
Listen. Oh.
Yeah. Mine's all gone. That'll put hairs on your chest. Yeah. Good. We know how to drink, don't we, Adrian?
I need it on my head. Not my chest.
Yeah, me too.
I'm semi-behaving at the moment because I don't want to get me chest knackered again.
Yeah, you're under hospital. You're knocking that back.
I'm not knocking it back. I've had a few nice sips.
Oh, I really enjoyed that. I was quite surprised, actually. I recommend that highly.
Yeah.
I'll bring you. Thank you.
I'll bring you back some more next time.
Oh gosh, we'll all meet up at the museum. But thank you for coming on, Nick. Honestly, you're a lovely guy. You've got so much knowledge.
But if Detective will want us there, we will come along with pleasure and do a proper talk.
You also want to consider the Just Detect one as well, because that's run by veterans, so they may be happy to have you.
Yeah. So, and if anyone wants to sponsor us, we're open.
Well, magnet fishing, metal detecting companies.
Yeah, anyone.
Insurance, NCMD, AMDS, BID, whatever you are, you should get in touch, because this man is helping people in the hobby, not only with their artifacts in researching them, but stopping them blowing their legs off.
But we'll also, just a quick one, we're also going to do a finds thing. So if you find a military item that you can't identify, come on the website, put a photo of it on the website, tell us a little bit about it. We'll come back to you with an identification and exactly what it is.
Brilliant.
And that's all that will all be free. So, and if there's someone out there that wants to sponsor it, then their name will be plastered everywhere.
I think you need a sponsor.
We do. We really do. I was hoping someone like Reptons would, help out. Maybe. Doctor, anyone. I don't care who it is, as long as it's metal detecting related. A metal detecting company, because we're going to be one of the only museums that actually pushes metal detecting.
I might have a word with these people, Nick, as well, because they like supporting the hobby massively.
But we are literally going to be the only museum out there that supports metal detecting and getting people out there doing it. So,
top man.
Yeah. Thank you for the evening. It's been great.
It's been an absolute pleasure, Nick. Really has.
Yeah, I've loved it. I really have. Thank you very much.
Send me a picture of that badge, and I'll dig out what it is. Yeah.
Thanks, mate. And then we'll get you back on the show to talk about your book.
Yeah, as soon as that comes out, I'll send you a copy each so you can have a look at it, and you might not want me on once you've read it, but
anyway, look at the pictures.
Oh, right. There's lots of those.
Just to say again, the Facebook groups were
metal detecting for war relics
and
and the Military Heritage Museum.
There you go.
Top
So
man.
there that. Now, next week's show is our end of year prize draw. Again, thank you to all the people who've provided prizes up to now. We'll sort a list out properly. But next week's show is going to be a bit peculiar. We don't know how it's going to work as yet, because we're going to be drawing prizes all through the night because we have a lot. So don't forget to watch, because if you win the Versa, you have to be watching, and maybe other things of consequence as well. We just don't know. So we will see you as ever, same time, same place next week, 8 o'clock on the Big Detecting Show. If you're listening on the podcast, obviously try and watch the show live to be in a chance of winning the Versa. Otherwise, obviously, go on to www.bigdetectingshow.com and you will see on the main page the competitions. So without further ado, we shall bid you adieu. Good night, everybody.
Of
Thanks, Nick. Cheers.
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 Cheers.